Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. But before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to let you guys know and make you guys aware that DCENT Wallet right now is giving away 200 Algorand with every single purchase of a DCENT cold storage wallet. For a limited time only, you could go and get this deal right now. And of course, with the market waking up right now, I think that it is in everyone's best interest to make sure that their crypto is secure in a cold storage wallet. And like I said, you can't beat this deal because 200 Algorand at its all-time high would be worth over $400 plus. So this is essentially a free cold storage wallet. Of course, if Algorand does get back to those levels, like I said, you can't beat this deal. This is a huge one, and I have to give a shout out to DCENT Wallet for this because, you know, listen, they already give me a discount code for all of you guys to use, but this is just next level. So if you guys do want to go get your DCENT Wallet, make sure that you are prepared for the next major run up and making sure that your crypto is extremely secure. You guys are more than welcome to down in the description below as well as in the comments below. Go and check this out if you guys are interested in it. Now, with that being said, I do want to dive on in and start off with the overall price chart. Now, by the time that this video does go live, I wouldn't be surprised if Hbar was already beyond these levels that I'm looking at. But currently speaking, everyone has been asking, Nick, why isn't Hbar pumping? Why isn't Hbar doing this? Why isn't Hbar doing that? I want you all to understand that very similar to XRP, Hbar has been seeing a great macro chart move. For example, we have this significant low back in December. Boom, bottom. We have this significant low back in June. Boom, bottom. We have this move down here in September, and we solidified it back even in October as well for a double, actually a triple bottom, since we back tested it back in July as well. So this is essentially telling us that we have one low, a higher low, and even a slightly higher low. And now what we are waiting for is Hbar to break beyond the high that we seen back in August to create a higher high and break the bearish trend that it has been in. So the chart looks very good here. It's technically been neutral. I shouldn't even say it's been bearish. The only thing that's been bearish is that it hasn't created that higher high just yet, but it has been holding higher lows on the macro chart going all the way back to December. So this is very good. Now, what we are waiting to see is the break above this high back in August, and then we can target that high from back in February, which was right around 9 cents. Now, once we regain that 9-cent region and we flip it, we still have a little bit of room to go, but once we flip that, we are really kind of just looking at some of the other levels from February of 2021, which is right around like 15 cents. So I do think that once we break out of that 10-cent wedge up here, or this high up here, then what we will see is 15 to 18 cents. And I kept telling you guys why Hbar under 5 cents was such a big buy. It's because on those upside moves, it could very well see a 3x plus return in just a short-term time frame. But with that in mind, of course, we have started to see some pretty big moves being made around Hedera and even the ecosystem players. One of the biggest things that I've been telling you guys about is, of course, DeFi. So DeFi on Hedera has been heating up. It really has. And DeFi is probably one of the most overlooked things in the space when they are addressing the value of some of these networks. For an example, SushiSwap Labs just created a new TVL all-time high. Currently, it's ranked number 35 in terms of the largest decentralized exchange by TVL across all networks in crypto. Perfect timing for the imminent launch of SushiSwap V2 onwards and upwards. And this is very, very exciting. Listen, SushiSwap has been one of the most prominent players in the Hedera DeFi space, and they've been absolutely killing it. I've been telling you guys about this for a while, been very, very vocal on what SushiSwap has been doing. I really do applaud them for their work within the DeFi ecosystem of Hedera. They have been, like I said, a leader in that space. but also they have been climbing the ranks. It's not anymore the 35th, it's the 33rd largest decentralized exchange by TVL across all major networks. We are proud to represent Hedera among some of the top protocols in DeFi, and we're just getting started. SushiSwap V2 launch is imminent, details to be announced soon. And if we actually go over here, so first off, let's look at a few things. So as we look at TVL, TVL has been increasing. We're now at the time in the market, very similar to the price of HBAR, where we are about to flip the August timeframe in terms of the highest amount of TVL. So $66.5 million is what we want to flip to have TVL make a new high from August. Again, going all the way back to the beginning of the year during February. I mean, the TVL was literally off the charts. It was sitting at about roughly $160 some million. So TVL is great to see, and on the 1 month time frame, we have seen a lot of these major players within the DeFi space erupting with plus 30% changes on the 1 month span. So very exciting to see that. And also, like I said, if you actually go over here to the chains and look at all of the DeFi tokens within the space and the networks and their TVL that they have, obviously Ethereum is the most prominent one with over $58 billion worth of TVL. But if you scroll down, we can actually see that Hedera has been making some pretty big moves, and they are moving up in the world of DeFi. Now, if we did have $160 million in TVL, that would put us right around number 24, and we would be much larger than even Algorand, for an example, which is a prominent player within the DeFi space as well. But I look forward to seeing Hedera move up the ranks pretty quick. You got to remember that DeFi on Hedera with only 8, there's only 8 players within the Hedera ecosystem in terms of protocols. It's already been doing very, very good. Some of these players, like for an example, Ethereum, have almost 1,000 protocols under its belt. So you could understand why, Hedera is not so high up on the list just yet. But also, I don't think that Hedera, in terms of DeFi, has seen major adoption just yet either, because it's still very well in its infancy. But it is still great to see some pretty big moves being made from the ecosystem side of things around DeFi. Now, also talking about that, network expansion. So Hashport Network, which has been a cross-network porting player, check this out. Supported tokens on Hashport. Massive amounts of tokens already tapped in. What a productive and exciting year it has been. Fast forward 12 months, Hashport's integrations of wallets, tokens, and networks have doubled since 2022. And this is great. Listen, this is cross-chain interoperability, essentially. I love to see this. This is something that we want to see because it's not all about competitiveness in the space. If we could bridge these networks and allow these other networks to bring developers over to Hedera and, Hedera over to other networks, that's great to see. Open collaboration is crucial to mention within this space. And I think that this is very exciting. And of course, Hashport has been one of the key players that we've been talking about for a while. What a great job from, again, another incredible ecosystem player. But also outside of that, metrics. So in the last 1 day, we have seen over 176 million transactions. What's very exciting about this is if we go over to the 1 month span, we are at almost half of 10 billion total transactions. That's crazy. 4.93 billion transactions total, 1.84 thousand average TPS, and max TPS about roughly almost 7,700, almost 7,800 technically, but very exciting to see. And also account growth has been really heating up as well, which is awesome. Now, for those out there wondering, you're probably saying, Nick, when are all these transactions going to make a difference? I've talked about it many times in the past. These transactions are very cheap to make, which is why we aren't seeing Hedera, or HBAR, I should say, skyrocketing just yet. But the best part about this, and what's very exciting about this, is the opportunity that we have in front of us. Because if we're seeing this type of adoption or utility just off of like one major enterprise grade application going live, imagine 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 eventually. I mean, this is what gets me very excited about the future. And talking about that, we already have some incredible, building happening on Hedera from real world use case potential and very large companies. So check this out. So Aberdeen. Again, this is tokenizing multi-billion dollars worth of funds out there. They are tokenizing its multi-billion pound money market fund in collaboration with Archix Exchange to bridge traditional finance with the digital asset space and explore new investment opportunities. Quarter Homes is transforming the real estate industry by tokenizing home equity on the Toko Network asset tokenization platform, offering tradable investment securities backed by owner-occupied homes. And remember, right, with Toko, we recently made a video talking about Hedera and Ripple and even XRP, and how we are seeing some pretty big moves being made with Toko around real estate. And remember, real estate is a $320 trillion plus global asset class. Also, Diamond Standard is transforming the diamond market by leveraging the Hedera network to tokenize diamonds, creating a transparent, traceable, and easily tradable commodity. Again, as we look at tokenization, it's been heating up. I've been very vocal about it. It's been a big thing. We've been talking about it and addressing it for a while, especially around Hedera. Some pretty big moves being made on that front. Also, my favorite use case on Hedera. Neuron World is revolutionizing the drone industry with its platform leveraging Hedera Consensus Service to provide a tamper-proof record of critical communications between ground sensors and drones, ensuring safety and compliance. And I've talked to guys in the past, Neuron World, they are a very big player. And I've talked about how we could essentially at some point in time in the future see Amazon drone deliveries being tracked and traced with Hedera and Neuron. Very exciting stuff. I could speculate all day long and get very excited about that use case. Also, Project Starling, is transforming media integrity with its comprehensive framework utilizing Hedera Consensus Service to record tamper-proof hashes on the public ledger, ensuring verifiability and trust in media metadata. So again, like these are just five companies building out real-world use cases on Hedera, and there's so many more. It gets me very excited because we're going to start to see some pretty big use cases going live in the near future. But last but not least, because I brought this up just to kind of introduce us to the next announcement. These are 5 real-world use cases. But you guys are probably wondering, well, Nick, what about the recent announcement? Because if you have been watching Hedera, if you've been looking into Hedera, then you probably know about this announcement. This is actually pretty big. So, Takon. Takon is a company that has been around the Hedera scene for a while. If you are an OG Hbar investor, you know about Takon. It's about roughly 4 years old now, I want to say. It might even be older now, but I do remember it about roughly 4 years ago. So Takon is excited to announce that they are working with Hedera. We're excited to announce that Takon, the platform funded by the United States Energy, Department of Defense, and also even the NSF, to protect mission-critical data, has launched its private beta of TFS Lite on the Hedera Consensus Service. With the average cost of a data breach in the US at $9.4 million and the big data market estimated to be worth $229.4 billion by 2025, it is a matter of national security that data be secured in the safest way possible. Through TFS Lite, institutions are now able to, for the first time, store entire files and computer file systems on the blockchain, making them encrypted, immutable, and tamper-proof for the entire lifecycle of the data. Leveraging the private Hyperledger Sawtooth blockchain and the public Hedera Consensus Service to confirm each block, users can store data with the ease of drag and drop upload with one-click download and a permanent URL. In a testament of maximum security, Takon's platform has been peer-reviewed nationally by major corporations, academic institutions, and scientists in the U.S. The network was even tested with the U.S. Air Force to protect mission-critical Air Force test range data. We greatly look forward to seeing Takon move towards its mission of becoming the secure Dropbox for critical data and eventually for any data, because when it comes to protecting information, the stakes couldn't be higher. So this is huge. This is massive. It's monumental. And when we look at the company Takon, like I said, they already gave us a little bit of an insight on it, but they have been working with some very, very large players. For an example, Takon has been awarded innovation seed capital and R&D funding and from leading institutions such as the National Science Foundation, the United States Department of Defense, and also even the United States Department of Energy. We have developed the Takon file system, a highly secure distributed file system built with a blockchain at its core. It is built to ensure seamless integration into today's networks and cybersecurity platforms while appearing as a simple file system. This is absolutely crazy to think about on how massive of a player Hedera has become with some of these leaders like Takon, for an example. And I really do think that the future is extremely bright. Listen, when we talk about Hedera becoming the trust layer for the Web3 world, we meant it. We meant it back in 2021. We meant it, in 2022, and we even mean it this year, and we will continue to talk about it going forward on in time. The Project New Dawn CBDC US dollar CBDC project file, right? The PDF file even mentioned Hedera as the trust layer for the future. I mean, listen, when we look at Hedera and what Hedera has been doing, when I look at the price chart and I still see that we're under, 10 cents, we're sitting at around like 6 cents. I just look at the future and I'm like, there's absolutely no way HBAR doesn't hit $1 in the near future because of how much we actually have here. And remember, adoption's only going to continue to heat up. And when we look at the network statistics, this is just droplets of water in a bucket, if you will. Because when we start to see mass adoption of Hedera from the enterprise grade sector, this thing is going to truly accelerate so fast. The fire has already started. We're just waiting for it to spread. And when it does, you're going to want to watch out. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.